They're coming to get us, yes. That was a different kind of siren there. It was a jazz siren, I think, yeah. I think we'd like to play two quick pieces. One by John Coltrane. I don't think I can get away with doing a gig without playing any John Coltrane music. This is one of the last things my father recorded. He recorded this in February 1967, and he passed away in July of 1967. July, yes, July. I was born in August of 1997. She even knew that one was wrong. Yeah, this is what they call the late period of John's music. I think it's some of his most beautiful music. You know, he had expanded so far. He met the mainstream, and then he moved past it, and then he moved past it again to a point where audiences were having a hard time keeping up with what he was doing. Even his band members were having a hard time keeping up with his movement. But I still hear the same person. I still hear the same voice and the same intention, the same intuition, the same expression in John's, all of his music. So we're going to play something from the late period. The album is called Expression, and the piece is called Expression. Thank you very much, thank you. We're gonna play just a